He was living with all those queens. By his Yog Maya, he had created many palaces. And through all the queens, he had children. The children had further children. A huge city had gotten established. Narada ji once wanted to see how is Yogeshwar Shree Krishna doing. He came to Dwaraka. He visited one palace and he saw Shree Krishna is with Rukmini and she is serving him a meal. He went to the next palace and he saw that he is with Satyabhama and they are sitting and singing songs. He went to the third palace and he saw Krishna has got his court, Dwarakadhish, where he is speaking to the ministers. He went to the next palace. Out there he is giving daan to the Brahmins. So every palace he found Krishna doing different things. He came in front of him and he offered his pranam. He said, Yogeshwar Shree Krishna, I have seen your divine leela today. Subsequently, Shukadev ji is asked by Parikshit, I heard that Krishna bestowed blessings upon a Brahman. Can you please relate that tale to me? So Shukadev responds by telling the story of Sudama over 2 chapters. Sudama was a classmate of Shree Krishna in the ashram of Sandipani Muni. His house was in Gujarat, in what is today Porbandar. So Sudama was a poor Brahman. And his rule was a yachak vritti. There are different kinds of Brahman. The one with a yachak vritti will not even ask. Whatever comes by its own accord, they will subsist. Now his wife was Sushila, and Yatha Nam Tatha Gun. She would not complain. She would cooperate with her husband's vows and practices. However, many days had gone by and the children at home had nothing to eat. So Sushila was now worried. She told Sudama, you have told me many times that Dwarakadhish is your friend. Go and request him to help out. The children are hungry. Sudama said, he is my friend and he is now very wealthy, but how can I go and ask? Sushila said, don't you worry. Just go before him. He is Antaryami. He will know your mind and bestow without your asking. Sudama said, how can I go empty-handed? So he was creating objections, she was cutting them. She said, I will make arrangements. So she tore a little shred from her sari and some dry rice, she put it and tied a bundle and gave it to her husband. Here is the gift you have for him. Next morning, Sudama started off. It was a long journey and it was the hot sun. Sudama was lean and emaciated. Out there, Shree Krishna, he has got 2 swarups. One is the one which he displays his avatar leelas, and one is his Sarvagya swarup sitting in everybody. So he knew that my friend has started walking. Those 80 kilometers if Sudama had walked, he would not have survived. So having walked 3 hours, Sudama, exhausted, sat under a tree and went off to sleep. Shree Krishna by his Yog Maya transferred him outside Dwaraka. So after his siesta, when Sudama woke up, he found he's in front of a palace. Sudama thought, where have I reached? He went and asked the guard, is this the place where Shree Krishna lives? The guard said, you seem to be an outsider. Nobody asks such questions here. Sudama said, I wish to go and meet him. I am his classmate. The guard looked at Sudama from head to foot and foot to head. And he said, how can you be the friend of the king of Dwaraka? Sudama said, I am telling you, we studied together. I am his classmate. Just go and inform him that Sudama is at the door. There was some urgency in his voice that convinced the guard. The guard went up to Shree Krishna and informed him that there is a thin, poor Brahman at your doorstep. He is claiming to be your friend, and he has said his name is Sudama. The moment Sri Krishna heard the name Sudama, my friend has come. Sri Krishna ran from there. Now he had been sitting with Rukmini. She ran. What has happened to my husband? Who is this special among special chief guests who has arrived? The other queens also came running. And Sri Krishna came down the flight of stairs. He ran to the palace gates with his arms spread. Sudama! Sudama! Out there, Sudama is thrilled. In his mind was a doubt, will he recognize me or not? Will he still value that friendship or not? And seeing Sri Krishna coming with so much of energy, he understood that he still considers me as his friend. So Sudama also spread his arms and they both ran towards each other. And they embraced like long lost friends. Sri Krishna caught Sudama's arm and escorted him up. The queens are looking in amazement at this dearmost friend of their husband. He has won a place in our husband's heart. What is so special about him? Sri Krishna escorted Sudama to his personal bedroom. And now Sudama is a Brahman, so Sri Krishna respects him. He made him sit up on his bed. And he went to get some water to wash his friend's feet. He sat down with the water there. The poets have described, देखी सुदामा की दीन दशा करुणा करिके करुणा निधि रोय. Karuna Nidhi, the ocean of grace, started doing Karun Krandhan. He brought the water to wash his friend's feet, but he saw the nature of the feet. The skin had dried up, it was parched and split, and little pebbles were stuck in it. Seeing that, Sri Krishna started crying. Pani parat ko haath chue nahi, nainan ke jal so pad dhoye. He forgot to touch the water with his tears. He started washing the feet of his friend. He remained in that samadhi for a little while. And then he realized what he is doing. He took the water and again started washing. So he said, my dear friend, why did you take so long coming to me? Now the queens were peeping from the doorway looking at all this. So Krishna invited Rukmini and come and offer pranam to him. He introduced, she is my chief queen. So Sudama offered his blessings. Then Satyabhama came. He said, she is my second queen. Again, Sudama offered his blessings. After 200-300 queens had come, Sudama said, my dear Sakha, how many queens do you have? Shree Krishna said 16,108. Sudama said, do one thing. You ask them to do pranam from where they are, I'll bless them all from here itself. Subsequent to that, Krishna and Sudama spent the whole night talking. Krishna reminded him of an episode that had taken place in the Gurukul. He said, Sudama, you remember when we were going to cut wood for Gurudev? Guruma had given us roasted chana, that in case we feel hungry, we can eat it. And while cutting wood, it had started raining. You had taken shelter under one tree, I was standing under another tree. At that time, you had become hungry and you had started eating the chana. I was hearing the sound of your mouth and I asked you, Sudama, do you have something to eat? But you had lied. You had said, no, Krishna, I am just shivering and that is why my mouth is chattering. Sudama said, I remember that mistake and that is why I have become poor today. So Krishna asked, how is my bhabi? Sudama said, she's all right. Sudama now remembered what she had sent for him. And he felt embarrassed. How can I offer something like this to the King of Kings? So Krishna understood. He said, has my bhabi sent something for me? Sudama hid it behind. The Krishna said, let me see. Sudama said, no. Show me. Krishna is coming for it. Sudama is hiding. The Krishna went and snatched it. Sudama said, it's not for you, don't touch it. Sri Krishna refused to listen. He took that dry rice and ate it as if it is the sweetest of things. We have seen how he has been eating butter, going and stealing. We have seen how he ate the banana peels and now Sudama ke tandul. He ate that rice. The whole night they were speaking. Next morning, Sri Krishna instructed his servants to give him a nice hot water bath. He offered his own pitambar and dhoti to Sudama to wear. They lived there for 4 days. So Sudama was thinking that now, how do I ask? I cannot ask him. He has already respected me so much. Isn't that enough? When I go back and Sushila asks, I will say he offered so much of respect. So Sudama said to Sri Krishna, I think I should be going back. He expected that Krishna will say, no, you must stay here for another 15 days. So Sri Krishna said, yeah, I think also that you need to go back. The queens out there, they looked and they said, what is wrong with our husband? Hamari naak kaatti, he is speaking like this to such a revered guest. So Sudama said, all right, then I will pack up my things. And Sudama was about to leave when Sri Krishna met him at the door. He said, wait, my dear friend, you are wearing my pitambar and my dhoti. You must leave these things. Sudama thought, this Krishna is such a lobhi, so greedy. He has got so much, he wants his dhoti back. So Sudama said, all right, I will change and come. He went off where his clothes were, he put them on, he gave the dhoti and pitambar to Sri Krishna and bid him farewell. Sri Krishna again lovingly bid him farewell And Sudama started walking back. When Sudama left, the queens, they burst upon their husband. They said, "What a hard-hearted person you are. If we had known, we would never have married you. Why did you have to take the dhoti back? Why could you not tell him to spend a few more days?" Shree Krishna said, "What do you know? I have already made him wealthy beyond his dreams. But despite all the wealth, his wife Sushila is fasting. She is not eating because husband has gone pardes. Until he comes back, she is not going to eat. If I had asked him to stay here 15 days, she would probably die out there. And because the husband is not here, she is not wearing the jewels either. Now when he returns in my dress, she will not recognize. I have given him original dress so that from far she can see, and she will have time to put on her ornaments." Out here, Sudama was walking. He loved me so much, but what he did was not right. Nevertheless, it is all right. Sudama came walking back to Porbandar, which is also called Sudama Nagari. And where he was expecting his little poor hut, he found a huge palace and a couple of servants moving around. He thought, "I have come to the wrong place. Some Sethji's Haveli is there. Where is my jhompadi?" He was about to go when the wife came, all decked up, and she came and fell at his feet. He said, "Mataji, dur se pranam kare." She said, "Praneshwar, it is me." He said, "Oh, tu hai? What happened to you?" She said, "A miracle happened in your absence. Our jhompadi has turned into this palace." He said, "Where are the children?" So wife said, "They have gone on the ghoda gadi just for roaming around sightseeing." I said, "My God, the children have gone for ghoda gadi?" The wife welcomed him in. She said, "Now put off this dress and wear the most wonderful attire. Come and rest in the bedroom." Sudama refused. He said, "This dhoti will only go when the body goes." Sudama did not touch any of that wealth. He maintained his lifestyle like before, living in a small little room. The Krishna displayed that even without asking, "Bin mange moti mile, mange mile na bhik," he gave the highest kind of thing. So if we love God selflessly, what will He not give us?